afternoon. Okay, when we're ready to go, we'll get underway with Carve from Sky Sports News.
Gareth, there's no denying what Wayne Rooney has achieved wearing the England shirt, but he did announce his retirement 15 months ago. What's the thinking behind your decision to bring him back, if it was your decision?
Mm-hmm. Well, there've been ongoing discussions since Wayne retired about paying tribute to him and his England career, which is phenomenal in terms of the number of matches he played and being our record goal scorer as well. So those discussions were started over 12 months ago. I was actually quite happy for the tribute to be before the World Cup, but in fairness to Wayne, he didn't want to detract from the team at that time. So that, of course, everybody respected, and we saw the sense in that. So now we had the opportunity with the game at Wembley to pay that tribute, and as the manager, my involvement is around. Was I happy to play a part in the game? And I think actually yes. I'm still able to look to the future in terms of the squad we've picked and the things I want to see. But also I've talked a lot to the players about the importance of the shirt, the history of the shirt, honouring former players. We've brought former players back in to speak to the squad. We've brought former players in to present first shirts to the squad. And I think all of the players would respect that Wayne's contribution deserves the best possible send-off. So I understand that's caused a lot of debate and conjecture, but for me, I think it's a small way of appreciating what he's given to his country.
Do you understand the fans and the ex-players who say that it devalues the England cap and it also devalues the game because it almost turns it into a testimonial?
Well, we went to Germany and played when they honoured Podolski, and he started the game, in fact. And I think we were all struck by the fact that that was a really good way to recognise somebody who'd had a fantastic career for his country. I'd have to say I don't think we've been brilliant at that over the years. We can't do anything about how we've done that in the past, but I know what it's meant to the squad from '66 to come to St George's a few months ago and have a dinner when we named the entrance after Sir Ralph Ramsey. I know what it meant to Bobby Charlton to come to St George's when we named the pitch after him a few months ago. So I really think it's important that the former players feel part of what we're doing with England. That's very important to me. In terms of the value of caps, that's very difficult to be precise on that. You can come on in a game with 2 minutes to go because the team need a change or you're tactically doing something. I played in games where we changed the whole team at half time. So this fixture, from my point of view, is an opportunity to learn about some new players, to look at some players I need to see. We then have the game with Croatia, which everybody knows the importance of to us, and I want to protect that squad as much as possible in the first game. So there's many things you're trying to get out of these fixtures, and I hope come the night that, and I'm sure, because although you're saying people are not happy about it, a lot of people are also recognising what Wayne's done, and I hope for him that he gets the appropriate response, because I think he deserves that. He's been a tremendous servant. The number of tournaments he's played in, to be our record goal scorer, when you look at the players that he's gone past to achieve that, is incredible. And I've been in the unfortunate position having to leave him out of a squad, but I'm pleased to be able to be a part of honouring what he's done for England.
Will he get the captain's armband when he comes on? Will he be wearing the number 10 shirt?
Well, we've always been 1 to 11 with England outside of tournaments, so we have had some discussions about moving forward. Should we have squad numbers? that would stop our kit man having to print shirts up the night before a game, which is always a bit fraught. But we haven't decided on that at this time. So he wouldn't wear the number 10 because he won't start the game. In terms of the captaincy, the last game he played in with me when he came on, Jordan Henderson ran over and gave him the armband as soon as he ran on the pitch. So I guess that will depend on the circumstances of the game and the players that are out there. But I have no issue with that at all.
Just a final question on Wayne Rooney from me. A lot of fans think that maybe it was done to sell tickets for the game. Can you just confirm that it was a football decision, not a business decision?
Yeah, I can only refer back to the fact that these discussions have been going on for a year. So, as I say, there was a possibility around the Nigeria game, which Wayne and the game with Costa Rica, but the Nigeria game was here. Wayne was adamant he didn't want to detract from the team in their preparations for the World Cup and be seen to be doing that in any way. So that's why it was put back. This game is the first opportunity we've had at Wembley really to do that. And that's the reason. The reason it's a bit late in terms of the announcement is just because these things take time for the detail. And we weren't 100% sure if he was still going to be involved in playoff situation with his club in America. So sometimes by necessity that's a bit later. But as I say, the discussions have been going on for a year.
Callum Wilson, how impressed have you been with the way he's been playing this season? What do you think he can bring to this squad?
Well, I think Bournemouth have started the season really well. They're a team who have had fantastic performances over the last couple of years. Callum is a striker we worked with briefly with the under-21s, so we know plenty about him. He's a threat in terms of running in behind defences. He's obviously been involved either scoring or with assists in a high number of goals this season. So it's a good opportunity for us to have a look at him in training and to see how he fits into what we do. And for him to get a feel of working with the senior team.
And also, it's quite a sort of fairy tale story from him having to come back from 2 very serious knee injuries.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think part of being a footballer is showing the resilience, and that would be commonplace amongst a lot of the squad. They'll have had to come back from setbacks, whether that's rejection or injury. And he's had that, but he's got back to a really good level. He's been a key part of Bournemouth's start to the season, so he's earned the right to a call-up.
And the other name that stands out is Michael Keane being recalled. How impressed have you